Why do I need to be good all the time? I'm wrapped around his finger, but he is mine. Don't care what they say, too late anyway. Why do I need to be good all the time? Nah, 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 no drama, no drama, yeah. Nah, 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 no drama, no drama, yeah. Nah, 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 no drama, no drama, yeah, yeah.
Happy Snowed In Tuesday, everybody, and welcome to Cleaning Life with Kia. Thank you so much for being here. My name is Kia Smith. I am your host, and I am a small business owner here in the Tulsa, Oklahoma, and surrounding area. I am a cleaner, organizer, declutterer. Home management guru. I really love what I do, but yeah, I have a small business here. It's a cleaning business, and I do all those things: general cleanings, deep cleanings, decluttering, and basically anything that is household management related. Um, yes, my business, the name of the business is Help Now. And our mission is to help our clients manage their homes and organize parts of their lives that matter the most by bringing families and communities together through complete household management. We have a passion to help heal and nourish our clients through life when they need help now or later. Again, thank you all for being here. Again, I have a business and I'm just using that as a platform here to um, enlighten and share and just spread awareness. We talk about cleaning, we talk about life and everything in between. You know, cleaning and taking care of your home and that household management is just something that you can't get away from. It's just something that is just integrated into our lives. When you wake up in the morning, you just have to um, have a plan for your home. I mean, that's every day you have to have a plan for your home. And so I'm just here to help. Some people may not want someone coming in their home doing cleaning and doing all that stuff. They may not be able to afford it. So I am just trying to help the best way I can in any way that I can. So for the people who I don't service, physically, I can still, help. And it's free. When you come here and just pick up tips, it's free. Um, um, yeah. So again, yes, we are snowed in. And so if you're in the midst of this winter mess, I pray that you are safe, warm, happy, and full. You got food and you have all the essentials and everything you need to maintain. So here it is just a flat out, almost like blizzard outside. It started with this morning a little like freezing rain or something. So it started already kind of early, kind of getting slick. And then behind that came some snow, a downpour of snow and like winds. And the temperatures are really, really, really cold. So they're just advising people to stay very warm and safe, to keep your faucets dripping so that they don't freeze. You don't want them to freeze. You don't want them to burst or anything like that. And so we're cool. Thank goodness that we're safe and all is well. We haven't been out today. Well, oh, I went out for a second today. Y'all should have heard me call in this morning. Oh, I love calling in. And honestly, I attempted to go to work today because you know how it is. Like as soon, especially when you're working for places, as soon as you see anything, a flurry, it's like people be calling in. So I try not to be that person because even though so I have a full-time job during the day, and then I also do my business. So you know I love my business. It's like my child. I love it so much, but so far it's like working for other people, that's a whole different story. So people, when they see the weather or the potential for bad weather, they can't wait to call in. So even though I don't be want to be there, I do try to do the right thing because I need my job. I need my job. I have bills and responsibilities, so I have to be there. So I didn't want to be. I know back in the day, I probably be like, just anticipating. Now, honestly, last night I was thinking, I said, hopefully I wake up this morning. I hope the ground is just full of white stuff, and then I can just call in and it's obvious, I'm not coming in. So when I got up this morning, you could kind of still see the street, but it was, how ice is. It's tricky because you think it's a clear surface and it's slippery out there. So I said, well, let me attempt. I'm not going to put myself in harm's way and danger. But listen, I attempted. I got in, I warmed up my vehicle. Listen, I was getting out, backing out of the driveway. And as I'm backing out, I'm just like, I just don't think this is going to go well. Once I put the car in drive after I, put it in reverse and it's time for me to pull off, it just, how I feel kind of, I was like, I don't know if this is gonna work. Got to the stop sign and down the road and tires started spinning and all of that. So, honey, I was happy. I couldn't wait to call in now. As soon as I called in, they were like, Kia. And it's funny because the older that I get, I have to let people know, like, listen, I'm not going for that mess. Employers, they'll try to sneak attack you and they'll try to make you feel some type of way about coming in. And I was like, don't come to me. Don't come to me with that mess. So they calling in. I'm like, listen, oh, I'm not coming in. Short version, I ain't coming in. Long version, you think I'm coming in to work? Get me on the phone. Y'all think I'm coming in? No, I wasn't even on the phone. It was on my Bluetooth. Y'all think I'm coming in today? This weather is crazy outside. I said it's slick out here. I am just literally right down the road from my house and my tires are already spinning. You think I'm gonna come to work? If it's looking and feeling like this now, and it's like 8, 9 in the morning, just think if I stay there even for a few hours and this stuff continues to do what it's doing, like I'm not gonna be able to make it home. Who gonna take me home? Who gonna come and get me? Who gonna comfort me while I'm on my way, scared as hell, trying to get to the house? Because I don't do that ice and shit. Like I don't do that. You know what I'm saying? Like no, I don't want to be in a ditch. Like today is not the day for that mess. I ain't coming in. I'll see y'all when I see you. And listen, I'm already rubbing my feet and practicing on how comfy I'm gonna be tomorrow because the way that it's looking, I know for a fact I won't be able. I'm not attempting. I'm gonna do the right thing. I'm gonna get the phone call. So I really can enjoy my glass of wine and my evening. So it's definitely a snow day and it's podcast day. But most importantly, it's my son's birthday today. So my son is 17 today. One of my sons is 17 today. Today is his birthday. Happy birthday, Kaden. I love you so much. Birthdays are a big deal. And we're still birthdaying. We've just been birthdaying all day. We've been snowed in on his birthday, which has been cool because we do get along and we love each other so much. And what better way to celebrate his birthday? Now we're gonna get a chance to move around, when the weather lifts and all of that, because we have our own birthday production. So the snow kind of slowed us down a little bit, but it's still been fun because as I was attempting to go to work this morning and I couldn't make it to work, I did, however, make it to the grocery store to pick him up his birthday cake. And I did go grocery shopping yesterday evening when I got off of work. So got a chance to get all the groceries in. And I didn't have it in me to get the cake yesterday, and I just had to just get the groceries. But I got the groceries, I got it in, I got everything situated, and I just wanted us to be in and comfortable because not only, like I said, it's a snow day and we have to have things in order. It's his birthday, so we are still birthdaying. So I'm not gonna keep y'all long on here this evening, I promise. I'm not gonna say I promise because I be saying that every time and then I always end up going over what I say. But it'll be okay. But it's his birthday, so I'm not gonna be on here long because we got other stuff to do and got to sing happy birthday. And he wanted to wait and do all of that. And so as I'm on my podcast, my kids are now, I'm doing the podcast. The kids are here. We all cooped up in the house all day. And so my cousin is chiming in with my son. That's so silly. Anyway, I wanted to come on here this evening and knock out part two of my three-part series, The Essence of a Room. I'm tapping in on three areas of the home: the bedroom, which we've already discussed last time. And the next time we will be talking about the kitchen. But today's topic is the living room. Are you able to live and enjoy and be comfortable in your living room, or is it just a hodgepodge of existence? What is it? I always express how I'm in different homes, because of what I do, cleaning and organizing and all that. And I'm always paying attention to the commonalities that we share, in this cleaning and home management life. So basically, I'm just going to share some things, and we're going to chat about how we can make life more better and manageable in this particular room, in the living room. Um, I guess let me just start off by saying, and I'm sure you probably already heard this, that there are just certain rooms in your home that you should keep clean, maintained, and presentable at all times. And the living room is one of those rooms. Um, and the other two rooms are the bathroom and the kitchen. And the reason being, those rooms are the most three common areas, not only for your household, members, their use and how they occupy it, but these are also rooms that your guests use. So when you have guests in your house, they're not necessarily dependent on the guests, you know what I'm saying? But typically, the main three rooms that people dwell when they come over is your living room. They'll use your bathroom, um, and your kitchen, because you may host, have dinner, you whatever. So they're in your kitchen. And of course, when people come over, you have to use the bathroom, and then your living room, because that's typically where people sit and socialize and do all of that. So those rooms are, I've just always heard and known that those rooms are the rooms that you want to keep presentable and maintain at all times, because you just don't ever know like who's gonna pop up at any given moment. And it just really depends on the household. Now I say that like who's gonna pop up, but for me in my house, like no one ever comes over here. It's literally just me and the kids like all the time. And even with that being said, I still have them keep not only those three rooms, but every room a certain way. Now the rooms, as I always say, I'm not on them like that. They have to, I do have requirements, but I'm just not on their head about that all the time, because it is their personal space. And I want it to be comfortable for them, because they sleep there and they, dwell there. So I'm not, and then it's not going to be a lot of people in their room. So it's not going to be a mess because I can't stand it. But it doesn't have to be as nice as I would like the other rooms to be, where other people may occupy. And then you just never know. Somebody may pop by every now and then. Nobody is generally over here for 98% of the time. Nobody's ever here or they stop by. But every now and then, every blue moon, somebody might come through. So if they do, it doesn't have to be necessarily perfect in those areas. But at the same time, I don't like having I don't like having those common rooms in a condition where I feel like I need to apologize if someone comes over. You know how somebody come over to your house and they be like, "Oh, girl, yeah, please forgive me. This is a mess. Like, it look a mess." And then you have to start cleaning up, and you be apologizing and trying to make it right and all of that. I don't like to have those, conversations and apologies. Not that you should be apologizing to anybody, but sometimes it do be a mess, and you know that you probably could do better. You be apologizing to them, but you kind of mirroring, how you feel about the situation, knowing that you could have done, a better job at maintaining it. But I don't like people coming in. I'm like, oh, I'm sure it's a mess in here. Let me clean up. And the thing about it is, a lot of times it's not the fact that it just got that way. It's just the way that it's been. And when you have company, depending on how you live in that space and what you do in that space, it's not easy to recover. Somebody's coming over and you're trying to grab all the shoes out the way and plates and papers or whatever it is that you do in your living room. And that's another thing too. Like, everybody uses the room. It's a common area, but the purpose for the room is different. It just kind of Depends on what you're doing in the room. Primarily, the living room is used for, relaxing, socializing, and entertaining guests. It serves as a central gathering place for family and friends to unwind, watch TV, chat, read, or play games together. Essentially, it's the heart of the room, of the home. The living room is the heart of the home. And it's often the first room that guests see. And it reflects, or it can reflect, the homeowner's personal style and taste. And that's true. It's those first impressions. When someone come into your home, typically they walk into your living room. And it just kind of depends on the layout too. I know that in some cases you can enter people's home off of the garage. You may enter off the garage and into the kitchen. It just depends. So like, but for me, like the living room has to be a certain way, because when you walk in, that's what you walk into. When you walk through the front door, you walk into the living room. It's like, bam, hey, I'm here, and whatever it's got going on, it's greeting my guests as soon as they walk through the door, because it's the first room. But um it's still a very important common area. And again, like I said, my next show, it'll be the kitchen, but it's the same way. I know a lot of people, they come through their kitchen, like my mom. We don't go through like her front door, the actual front door that enters into the living room. We enter off of the carport, which leads you into the kitchen first. And then the living room is off to the side. So like for her room, like she definitely got to keep that kitchen together, because that's her point of entry, that kitchen and that living room. I mean, it's right there, open space, everything. So if it's a mess, it's just a big wide mess. Um, and also I've noticed that people, like, again, they have different functions, and depending on their lifestyle and what they have going on every day. So for me, I have children. I have children, and that's the most part of the reason why I have to structure the maintenance of my living room a certain way. Um, is your living space a quiet space? Do you have a den in your home that can offset the traffic from the living room? I suggest my clients to have two living spaces. Like, you'll have a living room sitting area, then you'll have a den, and they'll have two living spaces, and both spaces are trashed. Both spaces are just overused. You have two spaces like that. I feel, and like I said, you can do what you want to do. It's your house, whatever makes you comfortable. But I guess that's the reason for the topic today. We want it to be comfortable, and a lot of times it's not comfortable. A lot of these rooms in our home is not comfortable. Um, so like if you have like two living spaces, I suggest, because we're human and we live. You live in your house. Like, even though I clean and this is what I do, I don't ever try to give people the impression that everything has to be perfect all the time. And even half the time, it does need to be maintained and respected. You know what I'm saying? But it doesn't have to be perfect all the time. And make a plan for how you want your home to flow. Like, again, like I said, if you have two living areas like a den, that can be used for more traffic, entertainment, socializing. You need one room where people can move and feel comfortable. You don't want to be somewhere. I'm talking about having a room. You ever been in a house so clean and so you don't even want to move? Like you're just scared to, because it's just, you don't want it to be like that. I don't want it to be like that. I still want it to be comfortable, but it has to be ordered. So a den, is more for entertaining, socializing. You have more space to kind of mess up, I guess. Mess up. I'm not saying trash the place, but if you have small kids, it can be a place where they play with their toys. And if they make a mess, that's cool. Still have a plan for the room. If they have a bunch of toys, have a toy box, so that when it's time to clean, it's just easy. Just pick the stuff up, put it in the toy box, and you can put everywhere. Everything should have a place, but it doesn't have to be perfect. Then if you have another area for your living room, your sitting area, then you should really focus on keeping that space more clean and maintained and functional. You don't want to have two living spaces and everything's a mess, plus your bathroom, plus your kitchen, plus your living room, and any other room in your house that needs your attention, which basically is every room. Like for me, I have the kids, so and this is just how we move in the house too. They don't utilize the living room a whole lot, and when they do, it is very rare. We have a TV in the living room, which it can go either way with that. This is not a sitting area where people just come in. We just come in and watch TV like that because everyone has a monitor, has a TV or something in their room, so they don't necessarily have to come in for that. They'll just come in for quiet time in the living room. They'll come in here and just sit by themselves. Now, Eli, he loves the living room furniture. He feels like it's so comfortable. So he'll just come in here sometime and he'll just lay in here and just lay, and the lights will be off and it's no movement, but he's not bringing any games. Even when they were younger, I let them keep that stuff in their room because I didn't have like two separate living areas. I just had the one. So I had early, I had to figure out like how I wanted this room to be maintained on a average basis. And I wasn't going with that because I have clients and I'm telling you, it'll be stuff everywhere. So the kids, they'll have their toys and all their gadgets and all this stuff in their bedroom scattered everywhere, be a mess. And then it be in the living room too. So it's like a separate place other than their room. They have the video games set up in there. They have toys in there set up. And it's just like the kids will take over the house. You cannot let those kids take over the house. You have to have requirements. You cannot let them just be free with it, or it's going to be a mess every single time. So, I would tell them, if you don't have a second area, then their room has to be the space where they clean. And just if they have to come into the living room, like when my kids were younger and I would let them come in the living room, like you got to clean it up. No exceptions. You can come in here and play, but all of that stuff is gonna have to go. And as time went on, it was just, I guess it wasn't even worth the hassle for them. It's just like, let me play in my own space and deal with that, because I see that she's not gonna mess with me over here in the room, and she's not gonna be too, on top of me about cleaning it up and this and that versus being in the living room. So, and then if you're working and stuff, like for me, like I said, when I walk in the front door, I'm in my living room. So when I come in, I work a lot and I need my peace. So when I walk in, I need that peace to hit me as soon as I walk in the door. And like I said, it doesn't have to be perfect, but I can't stand to have things everywhere. Like, it is a very important room. Even though I'm not in here a whole lot, I'm not in the living room a whole lot. It's still an important room, but we don't like a whole bunch of clutter and shoes and like none of that. Samaj was in here earlier and he was just laying on the sofa, just kind of playing on his phone. But don't be bringing all this stuff in here, a bunch of uh, blankets and gadgets. And my kids are older now, so it's not a bunch of toys and anything. It's just, just random things from time to time that they have in here. Um, let's see. Oh, and I was just talking about the two rooms. So two rooms aren't bad. It could be, again, a blessing and a curse all at the same time. It's just you have to figure out the function of each room. So, but I'm talking about the space where you're most comfortable. You have your family. You spend your family time. It just needs to be presented a certain way. So as far as the aesthetics in the living room, choose warm and inviting colors in your room. Embrace soft textures. And these are just, again, examples. You can do whatever you want. If you want your living room to be all black, if you know what I'm saying, you can do whatever you want. But I'm telling you, there are just certain things that bring about a certain level of peace and tranquility. And I don't think that I could achieve that with a black room, but everybody is different. You know what I'm saying? Choose warm and inviting colors again. Embrace soft textures. Arrange furniture for comfort and conversation. So I got new furniture maybe about 4 months, 5 months ago, maybe something around like that. I don't think it's been half a year yet, maybe about 4 or 5 months. And so I had a dream that like I had a dream of like the color of the furniture. Like I had a dream about the furniture before I went shopping for the furniture. And I don't know, it just made me so, and then it was like blue, like it's kind of like the furniture's like a blue. It was in my dream, and I was just like, blue. I was like, oh, blue furniture, that is not gonna, that's not gonna sit well, I don't think, like blue. But I mean, it was just on me strong. Like it was like I knew. Like I saw it. It was like a vision. I saw my furniture and it was blue. So Kaden and I, my son's birthday is today. We went actually shopping for it. And I told him when we got there, I said, Kaden, the couch, and I said the furniture, the couch and love seat or the chair, whatever. I said, it's supposed to be blue. And I'm supposed to know it when I see it. And so we went shopping, and it was just like when I saw it and I sat on it, it was like, bam, that's it. Like everything resonated. Like I be feeling like I'm crazy, but then everything turns out exactly how I know it's going to turn out. But the colors are really nice and inviting, soft textures. And you also want to arrange your furniture for, comfort and conversation. So the way my living room is set up is minimalistic. It's not a whole bunch of things in here. And the way that it's set up is if you want to go off to a spot, a little corner by yourself and read, like in this chair here, you can sit here, you have a space, you can sit, if you want to watch TV or just sit and relax. But it's just very comforting and peaceful. I love my living room. And most times when I come in here, I do absolutely nothing. I be the kids be thinking something wrong with me because I'll just sit here and just sit. The TV don't be on. I'm not listening to anything. I'm not reading. I'm just sitting in here just because it feels so good and it feels so peaceful. And so I just let it. I mean, you can just feel it. And so I just absorb and I just take it in, because if you think your rooms don't have energy, you are sadly mistaken. So I just take it all in, and I have it seated to where everybody can see each other. It's a good conversation, whether we're just here together as a family or if I have guests. Choose warm lighting. You don't want anything that's too dim, but you don't want anything that's too bright either. Set the tone, and also add your personal touches. And as far as cleaning is concerned, again, no clutter. I've noticed that there's a lot of clutter in living rooms. It just kind of depends on the homeowner's style and what they're into. I need the living room to be a peaceful space, but a lot of people, the living room is like it's just a passageway to the bedroom, because a lot of people these days they love their bedroom. That's why I did the bedroom. That's why I did the bedroom first, because that's the first spot. So between the living room and getting to your bedroom, people be dropping off mail. They be putting packages in the living room. They leave shoes all over the place. It be like some people have like bookshelves and things that hold other things, but they're so rarely in their room. They're not cleaning it. None of that. It's real clutter. It's like but in your mind, you've accepted it. But then when you have guests or something like that, they see that. And that's going to be their impression of you, I promise, when they come in, when things are just all over the place. So definitely no clutter. If you have clutter in your living room, fix it. Just take some time and handle it. It's not going to go anywhere until you do something with it. Dust at least once a week. Don't have shoes and books and random bags and all this stuff laying all over the place. Sweep every day, vacuum every day, and mop at least once a week. Your living room, for most people, is a high traffic area. So you're going to have to give it a little attention. move the sofa, um, and sweep and mop. Most people have their furniture, most people, not everybody, and it depends on the size of your room too. So for me, my furniture, it sits, my living room is smaller. So it's my furniture, it sits against the wall. So from time to time, I'll say the last time I've done it, maybe a month and a half, maybe, but surely every month to 2 months, pull that couch out, sweep really good, and under the couch, behind the couch, sweep it real good, and mop it as well. Take the cushions off of the sofa, get the crumbs and the missing socks out. People rarely, do that, but you know how you sit, and especially again, if it's a really high traffic area for your family where it's a lot of, entertaining and socializing going on in the living room. People sit on the couch and change be falling out your pockets. It be crumbs, it be stuff in there. I don't even know how it gets under there. I really don't know. Like some of that stuff, it seemed like somebody just lift the cushion and just shoved the shit in there and put the cushion down. But that's not the case. It just ends up there. So just make sure, just a part of your, cleaning and maintenance um, to handle that. Have a designated spot for mail. So papers and stuff won't be all over the place. Like I said, people come in from their day, they'll check the mail, they'll come in, they'll check the mail, come in the house, and they'll just the mail will just kind of get tossed somewhere. And it's papers everywhere. I see that a lot in people's living room. I see a lot of mail, papers and stuff. I see a lot of shoes. Some people are blanket bandits. I call them blanket bandits. Eli's a blanket bandit. He loves blankets. Matter of fact, all my kids love blankets, but some people, they'll just have blankets everywhere. I don't know. And they just be thrown everywhere and stuff everywhere. It be change everywhere. Have a spot designated for spot, even like your loose change. It be so much money. I find so much money in my clients' houses. And listen, I'm gonna tell you something about me. I'm not gonna take nothing. If it's a penny, I'm gonna make sure I put that penny somewhere. And typically, what I do in my client's home is I will find something small, a little small container, because it be coins and shit everywhere. And so I'll find a little spot. And especially if I am cleaning regularly for them, and I know they have stuff everywhere, I just designate it so I can function there too. It'd be my house too, and I'll get a little container or something. So as I find change, I just throw the change in the thing. You know what I'm saying? And you can do the same thing too. You be around the house and you be picking up coins, and I see change all over people's houses. Just have a designated spot. It's all good. There's nothing wrong with it. Um, but everything is either chaos and order in your house. You either want chaos or you want order. You got to pick. So just have, a place for everything. Everything has a place. Everything needs a place. You should be able to, anything you pick up in your living room, you should be able to pick it up and be like, oh, that goes there. Oh, that belongs there. Oh, that needs to go there. Everything should have a place. And that's where the clutter comes in, because a lot of times you bring a lot of things in and it doesn't have a space. And so the space becomes the floor. The space becomes laying on top of uh, uh, something you got in your living room, the TV stand, or stuff is all on your sofa. You know what I'm saying? Also have a spot for your shoes. A lot of people, they'll just come in, kick their shoes off and keep it moving. You find shoes everywhere. So if that's the case, just have a designated spot. Again, everything should have a spot. Have a shoe rack somewhere. People move differently when it comes to their living room. I don't know. Are you one of those people that wear shoes in your house and you let others wear shoes in the house, or do you require them to take the shoes off? Guests included, in your home. And if that's the case, you need to have a designated spot. So when they take their shoes off, they're just not kicking it in a corner somewhere. You put it up. You have a designated spot to put it away. And if you can stand the scent, have a small hidden diffuser somewhere. Walking into a clean, organized living room that smells good is magic. So if I'm coming in from a hard day and I open the door, I want everything to be inviting. I want the aesthetics to be inviting. I want the smell to be inviting. I want the energy to be inviting. And most importantly, set rules and requirements not only for the living room, but for every room in the house. Like there should be, even if you live alone, you should have standards and requirements for every room in your house. It doesn't have to be perfect, like I said again, but everything should have a place. And you should have some type of system for your cleaning, you know. Oh yeah, there was one thing I wanted to share too before I hopped off of here. I noticed with I was talking about the sofa. So when I do cleanings, you know, in my clients or whatever, I mean, you could be at a house all day for days cleaning because you could literally just touch on everything, but you can't. But you have to hit those spots that are important. You have to hit those hot spots. And again, you know, I was talking about the sofa and having things all in the sofa, and I noticed uh, one thing that people don't do that they should do. That's a good idea with their sofa. And I told myself, like, every time I come on here, I'm going to try to share a piece of equipment or a product or something that can kind of help, you know, help you along the way. So yeah, I was talking about the sofa earlier. So if you have like a cloth sofa, a sofa with fabric, I'm gonna tell you something that's really good to invest in, and that is a like a steamer. And not only is it good for like the sofa, I'm just using it for an example because I'm talking about the living room, but they're so good for everything. Now, let me be transparent. Starting off cleaning, and I've just been so accustomed, like all my life cleaning since I started. I've been doing this for a very, very, very long time. Um, just accustomed to using your hand, and you know, just using your hands to just clean everything. You know what I'm saying? And you know, you scrub pads and stuff like that. You know, just your typical things. But man, the work be so hard. It be so arduous and hard. Like you be wore out. But as time has gone on over the years, there are just some really amazing products and equipment that are out there that really can help and lighten the load. Thing is with me, you know how it is when you don't want to change. You know, change be hard for some people, and it seemed like it should be simple, but it's not. For example, I had visited my mom over the weekend, and I did some cleaning while I was there, and I was mopping. Well, before a while back, some time back, I had bought some things for my mom to try to make life easier. And I bought a like one of those janitorial like push brooms because she has all her floors. She don't have carpet. She has hardwood like her or surface floor everywhere in her whole house. And so again, she be using that regular broom. So I got her like the push broom, and I also got her. And even with the push broom, it's like you can't not love this thing. You know what I'm saying? Like it covers so much space. But even with that, she's so accustomed to using the broom. She uses it, but she doesn't use it as much as she probably should be using it or could, you know, and could be using it. And it's just that change when you're used to doing things a certain way, even if it's harder, it'd be hard to transition to something easier sometime. And it's just the way the mind works. And I can attest to that. But I had gotten her also a really nice mop bucket and a mop. And it separates the dirty water from the clean water and all of that. And I guess me explaining it, you know, sometimes it may sound like it's complicated versus, you know, just getting a regular mop bucket and putting the water in there and just moving on with your life. But I went and I was about to mop and I couldn't find the mop bucket. And I'm like, Mama, where is the mop bucket? You know what I'm saying? I got you this mop bucket. And she just looked at me like, I know, because she know I was about to say something and did, because it's not that hard. But when you start having equipment and it has parts and stuff, I'm that way. Like this thing here, uh, it's got all kind of attachments and stuff. And then on top of that, I don't like to read the instructions. I don't know why. I just do. I just like to get the shit and put it together the best way I know how, which may not be the right way all the time, and just get to using it. But I will implore, read the instructions, because a lot of times we don't get a chance to um, get full usage out of our products and equipment because we don't read the instructions to maximize, the experience. So I always read, and I'm just saying this for myself. I had to get better at that, and I understand where she's coming from too, because I know it's just like I could just get that my bucket and pour the water in there, but instead of doing all this and doing all that, but it's so much easier and it's so much more effective than what she's doing. She's just used to doing things the old way, and it's hard to change, and I understand that. And I be having that issue sometimes too, even with my clients. Sometimes I'll go the hard route and I have equipment to make it better, but it's because I'm just so used to just doing it the way. And then when you have equipment, like, you have to set it up. They have attachments, and you have to, that's a whole nother something that you have to, but they have so many good products and equipment out here. They could just make things so much easier and make life so much better and get your house so much cleaner. And it saves your arms and your hands and your back. You know what I'm saying? Because cleaning your home and maintaining it and keeping it a certain way is hard work. If you're intentional about it, it can be hard work. But again, like I said, get a steamer. I have a steamer, and these things are like multi-purpose. You have the attachment and you just stick it on there, and then whatever other attachment you need or would like, you stick that on here. Like, so for this one, it will put it on. I'm not gonna put this thing up like that, but you put this on here and then add this here, and you can like steam your sofa and clean your sofa. A lot of people, they neglect the sofa. People's sofas be so nasty, and especially if you have kids, you can't really just help it. You know what I'm saying? They walking around with stuff on their fingers, they touching stuff. I tell my kids they can't even eat. They're not even supposed to eat in here. Every blue moon, I'll let them eat. But even before they come in here, I'm giving a lecture. And they're older, and I'm still gonna give them a lecture because it's like, shit. Ain't nobody got money for y'all to just be doing whatever. And then somebody got to come behind you and clean. But a steamer works. And not only can you use the steamer on the sofa, it's like, I mean, it's the best that you're going to get so far as like if you wanted to dump the whole couch in the washing machine and just use water to kind of lift and pull, dirt, grime, and scents out of your sofa. A steamer will change your life, and it can be used pretty much everywhere in your home. You can use it on your windows. When I do deep cleaning, I do inside windows. The easiest way is to use the steamer and just steam and just lift all of that stuff out, off of your window. And then I'll come back behind it and put something on there and get it really, really, really shiny. You can use this on your oven. You can use it pretty much anywhere. The bathroom, you know how people don't want to fool with cleaning the toilet, like, oh, just getting too close to it and using your hands. Of course, you use your gloves or whatever, but you can take a steamer. You have your attachment and this little part here, in those small little cracks and crevices of the toilet that you seem like, like at the back of the toilet, where you sit, those little things on the back, it just seems like it's always something there. So you have that stain and it can spew all of that mess out of there. And you can really get your home. But the thing about getting like equipment and stuff, you have to use it. You have to use it. And I have some really good pieces of equipment. So I told myself that I would get on here and I would try to remind myself during each show to just try to, share, and whether you use it or not, it's still, some good information. Like I said, I'm just here to share. Right. So that's it. It's not a big deal. It's an important room. Don't get me wrong, but we can do it. We can maintain it. Trust me. I know that if I can do it, and I have four children, they be want to do what they want to do sometime. Like even for my living room, I told them initially I have the TV in here and hardly watch it, but what I didn't want them to do was like be playing video games and stuff, because then that brings more of, and somehow, and it was Caden, my birthday guy. Somehow I remember one day I just noticed, I'm like, why is the PlayStation controller sitting on top of the little console up there? Like, why? And he snuck the his gaming system like under um like the entertainment center or whatever, where the TV stands, not entertainment, the TV stand. He kind of snuck it on there and he'll be playing it, but he was smooth with it. Now, what they'll try to do sometimes, they'll try to go against the rules, but they'll do something to try to get my attention to be like, well, mom, I know you said you didn't want it this way, but let me just show you how um, we can have it in here and not make a mess. So I hadn't had him to remove it because it's kind of like out of sight, out of mind. It's under there, but I really don't see it. I was like paying attention to some other things as to where I saw it. So I don't mind. Like, you want your living room to be fun. You don't want any room in your house to feel all uptight and unwelcoming and uninviting or anything like that. We're not here for that. You know what I'm saying? Like, we live here. We live here. So it doesn't have to be, there are just some people, now you have everything is in place, no dust, no nothing, but there's typically um, a different caliber of people. I'm talking about like everyday people just like me who just living this life, have kids and responsibilities and jobs and other things and just trying to find ways to just keep it all together. So that's it. And that's all I have this evening. I even stayed on here longer than I thought I was, per usual, but that's okay. Um, yeah, we still got more birthday to do. So I'm excited. Like, birthdays are like a big deal. So I don't know, by the end of the week, I'm gonna be exhausted in the weekend because we got trapped in with the snow. So we have birthday cake and I made them before I hopped on here, made them like some hot wings and stuff like that. And that's all these kids do. Now that's the only thing being trapped inside with kids, especially 4 boys. Snowed and I know they're gonna eat. So I made sure it was like we snowed in and it's birthday. So I have just been running around all day. So I am glad that we had a chance to catch up, y'all. Next show, we'll be talking about the kitchen. I am like the kitchen queen. When I go to my client's house and me and Kavai, we break off and go to different rooms, he always goes to like the bathroom first. And the kitchen is like my thing. Like, I can clean a kitchen. Like, I love doing what I do in the kitchen. It's like night and day. It's a beautiful thing. And actually, it's with every room that I do. So I can't wait to share the next topic with you all. We're going to finish birthday. He got some stuff for his birthday, and he wanted to wait until after the show was over so that we could do gifts and do gifts. And I think we're going to play us some Uno Attack. We're going to sing happy birthday. I'm going to stay up a little later, and I'm going to cook them some chicken Alfredo, and that'll be for tomorrow because I plan on sleeping in and napping and finding a show to watch, and I don't know, do whatever I want to because there's no work and I'm so excited about it. But y'all stay safe. And I was telling, I don't know who I was talking to. I said I think I was homeless in a former life because whenever the weather gets bad and it's like extremely cold or extremely hot, like I feel some type of way because my thoughts immediately go to people that don't have anywhere to go. Like, it makes me feel so sad, and the only thing I can do is just do what I can and keep them in my thoughts and my prayers. So I hope that y'all do the same because it could be any one of us. It could be someone that we know. It could be anything can happen. This is life, and we aren't the exception. So we have to give people our love and our grace from afar. So my heart be going out so tough, and I just hope they find somewhere to go. I was talking to a friend of mine. She was saying that she saw a homeless person. They had an electric blanket, and and this was in Arkansas. She lives in Arkansas. She said that they had they were on the side of Kroger, and I guess it was an outlet or something. And they plugged in their electric blanket and the outlet on the outside, freezing cold or whatever. But the police pulled up, made them snatch the blanket, take the cord out and move. They'd be making them move and go somewhere, and you'd be telling them to move, but they don't have anywhere to go. And I just feel like that's so sad. I'd be grateful for my warmth and all the good things that I have in my life. And then like I be having like a slight amount of guilt because it'd be like some people, they just have nothing and nobody. And it's quite sad, but it just keeps me in a constant state of gratefulness and gratitude. So I love y'all and I am grateful for y'all. Thank y'all for supporting me and hanging out. And I will see y'all next time. Again, it's my baby's birthday, so I'm going to enjoy his existence just like I have been for all these 17 years. Having kids is such a blessing. I love all of them so much. So I'm about to get cake wasted. I will see y'all next time. Bye.
Why do I need to be good all the time? I'm wrapped around his finger, but he is mine. Don't care what they say, too late anyway. Why do I need to be good all the time? Nah, nah, nah. No drama here. Nah, nah, nah. No drama here. Nah, nah, nah. No drama here.